Good afternoon. Today is January 5th, 2024. And we made a New Year's resolution that we were going to transform our yard, try our hand at permaculture, and try and improve our soil because we have nothing but nasty Florida sand. So I'm going to take you on a tour, show you what the property looks like today, and hopefully in a couple of years it'll be drastically different. Thanks for watching. So here's my drive, the side of my driveway here in Tarpon Springs, and we got the Mexican sunflower on the left, which is badly neglected and very, very poor soil. It grows continually. And then I have a purple bush, which I'm not quite sure the name of it, but it flowers and attracts a lot of bees and flies. And then I got a butterfly bush that's been neglected a little bit to the right, so we're going to try and improve on that. And a little bit to the right here, we've got our I'll have to put the name in a caption. It's a white blooming flower and a jasmine. It's a form of jasmine. I got two bushes right there, and then right next to it, growing over the top of it, is my double Rangoon creeper. I'll give you a better view of that here in a second. So there's my Rangoon creeper. And it looks like it's got a morning glory growing in it as well. This is my Suriname cherry. I think it's maybe 2 years old. Gave me fruit this year several times. Delicious fruit. This is my mulberry tree. It's gone dormant for the winter. I don't know what specific plant it is. It's just a mulberry. I haven't gotten any fruit off of it yet. Over here we have a red flowered plant. It seems to struggle. My morning glories like to climb up it. So that's the morning glories. They're probably the oldest plant I have in my garden. And it goes all the way down there, intermixed with some passion vines. I got vitifolia and incense. And then over here I've got coral porterweed. And then behind it we've got some milkweed, giant milkweed. As you can see, there's not a whole lot going on over here. We got a red shrimp plant in between a couple of milkweed. And then I got a honeysuckle over here. And another Mexican sunflower in which the honeysuckle has grown up into it. I don't know if you can see it, but so this is an area on the side of my shed and the property line that's kind of getting out of control. I used to be able to walk around this, and so we're going to have to come in here and work on this. And I think this is going to be one of the places that I put some of my bananas. I got a candlestick, yellow candlestick plant here, and I got some other cuttings that we're trying to start. There's my red shrimp plant. Now we put this this shed on some improved ground. It's kind of like concrete, hard concrete, but it's not actual concrete. It's a mix, aggregate mix. And I'll tell you what, these Mexican sunflowers, they go right in it and they grow right in it, no problem. They'll grow in anything. And then I got a fire bush over here that's growing over here. I need to relocate. It's doing real well, along with my cranberry hibiscus, which I've had for probably a good 14-15 years. And it's just doesn't seem to die. I've moved it, and I think it fell here off of the shelf and started growing. This is our pump house. And I need to take some of these trees down. They're just weeds that grow up. And this is all our property where we get to play with, so we got quite a bit of room. We started a garden back here a few years back, but didn't keep up with it. I think we're going to start some dragon fruit over here. But we got some tree trimming to do. And I think this area over here is going to be like a little greenhouse. Got this massive tree here that we need to trim out. We've got a lot of invasive plants underneath it. So expect to see that transformed here shortly. And look at the sand. We got plenty of sand, no shortage of sand. And that's basically our soil. So it does need to be improved. Now underneath this tree, this big tree, I'm sure the soil's a lot better. In fact, I know it is. But our property line goes quite a ways back there. And all this has got to be cleaned out. So I have my work cut out for me. We've been gradually laying this stuff up here, but I think we need to burn it off. Yeah, so we got some growth over here behind and along the side of the pump house that we're going to have to clear out. So that'll be transformed here shortly. This is our pineapple row. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ornamental pineapples that are neglected, as you can tell. And then we got another fragrant plant here. I don't remember the name of it. Has little white blooms. So these could use a little TLC. And then we've got over here is our blue sky vine. It goes all the way up there. It started from a cutting, one cutting. And we got bleeding heart over there, and shooting star, clerodendron, and then next to it is Aglaia odorata, Chinese perfume plant. And this is our our bee and butterfly and hummingbird attractor. And we got a coral porterweed next to it. And we got a blueberry that we've severely neglected for about 10 years. And I just dragged it out of the woods. This is one of our lemon trees that we've got that's also been neglected. It's going to get a little TLC this year. We got a snake plant. And then we have another plant from Brazil that I grew from seeds. I'll have to post the name below here. This is a Zilia row in the front of the house. I got 4 azaleas. And then we had a bunch of red Exora here. And that's all but a couple plants died this last summer. So we are growing new cuttings for that. And this is a coral porterweed, rather large, just one plant. I guess it's an angel's trumpet. I don't know, devil's trumpet, one or the other. Gonna try and keep that alive this year. And it's framed by a coral porterweed. And another coral porterweed right there. And then off in the distance we've got a sweet almond bush that has never recovered from something, I don't know, a couple years ago. So I think I need to restart some cuttings. It might have nematodes. That's my Chinese perfume plant, a little bit closer up of it. And I'm trying to air layer on it. But I don't think I got the medium wet enough, so I'm gonna have to inject it with some water here as soon as I get an injector. So this is shooting star clerodendron. And it started with one plant over there. And apparently, I guess it's invasive once you find the right conditions. It likes a little bit of shade in the afternoon. I had it in the front of my yard and it got full sun all day long and it struggled. And so I planted it over here and now it's sending up new plants all over the place in the woods here. Some years ago I went to the USF plant sale and I was into hibiscus. And I decided to buy just about any hibiscus that I could get my hands on. And this guy says, I got one for you. It's variegated. And I'm like, oh, how cool is that? So as you can see, it's quite pretty. Looking a little ragged because it's winter time, but it has beautiful red and yellow blooms. Usually about this time of the year. And the variegation doesn't hold true throughout the whole plant, so I'm not quite sure what's going on with that, but it's not your typical hibiscus, because this is this is clearly tree form. I got a southern magnolia right here. I planted, I guess it's grown about 50% since I planted it, which is been quite a few years. Very slow grower. It really hasn't been fertilized or anything like that, so I've just been left it on its own. I have a grapevine over here, which needs some attention. I believe it's Southern Home, but I'm not positive. It's supposed to be for Florida. And then this is a tree that smells like bananas. Banana cream pie. Michaelia figo or something like that. They may have renamed it, I'm not sure. And it is also a very slow grower. I know it grows quite big. Here's my giant milkweed.